Welcome back to the Carnivore Evening News, where the news is always meaty. I'm your host, Kelly Hogan. Fellow carnivore, grass-fed girl Caitlin Weeks just had her first baby this week. He is adorable. When I spoke to her, she said both mother and son are doing well, and I wished her all the best from the carnivore community. He is not grass-finished nor grain-finished, he is meat-finished. And that means that she managed to avoid all of the traditional American foods like pickles and ice cream and still managed to have a beautiful, healthy baby. Wonders never cease. We wish you the best, Caitlin. Please continue to change the world. The Berry family had an incredibly busy week. Nisha and Dr. Berry made a video together showing the results of her blood work after going off of all medications for Hashimoto's disease. Amazing. They also hosted a sold-out proper human diet summit that included pretty much every carnivore doctor you've ever heard of. However, some of their names are incredibly hard to pronounce, so I'm going to move on. If you missed it, too bad. Best of luck next year. Rebecca Farmer posted pictures showing that she has gained some muscle and some lean mass on a carnivore diet. She looks incredible. And why is this news? This woman was hospitalized repeatedly for gut issues, autoimmune issues, and most any sickness you have ever or never heard of. And now this woman is on an all-meat diet and is thriving. She's adorable, she's young, she's smart, and she's been on almost every podcast you can imagine. She made some awesome posts this week showing her amazing transformation, so click on her name, give her a follow, and let's show her some support. Carnivore doctor, Dr. Robert Sivas, released a video this week showing carnivores and non-carnivores how we can lower our blood pressure if needed. For many of us, that involves staying off of social media, especially Facebook. So if you need further tips, please feel free to swipe up. Longtime podcaster and author Jimmy Moore shared a study this week showing that if you were to eat 2 servings of plant-based meat per week, that you could lower cardiovascular disease. And then he went on to show the many, many reasons that that study was completely falsified and flawed. Long story short, stick to real meat, my friends. Mike Tyson announced this week that he is no longer vegan. Mike Tyson was a vegan? He went from eating some guy's ear off to a vegan diet? That seems like quite a jump. Well, actually, now that I think about it, that kind of makes sense. Anyway, welcome back to Team Meat, man. After 5 years of being a vegan, I bet even an ear would taste amazing. Longtime veteran carnivore Charles Washington recently celebrated his 13-year carniversary, proving to the naysayers that scurvy does not in fact hit during year 12. Whew! When I spoke to Charles this week, he says that he's doing well. He's still running half marathons, has a 4.0 in his pre-law degree, is working full-time, and still manages to keep track of his Facebook group, Zeroing In on Health. Charles, you are the reason I found this diet back in 2009, and I can never thank you enough. Happy anniversary, my friend, and carry on. This week, I discovered Georgina. This woman is adorable, has a meaty Instagram feed, and has already lost 166 pounds. And she's funny, really funny. So please, follow accordingly. Dr. Baker shared a multitude of studies this week that have been released this year showing that carbohydrates are, in fact, a problem. One study proved that reducing carbohydrates was more effective at reversing insulin resistance than cutting calories. And another study showed that reduction in heart disease has far more to do with eliminating carbs than reducing saturated fats. These are things that we all already knew, but are still really fun to hear. Many of us saw a photo this week of Arnold Schwarzenegger grilling a big steak, which was interesting to us since he was such a big part of the documentary Game Changers, which makes us all ask, was he ever really a vegan at all? I spoke to 12-year carnivore Dana Spencer this week. She lives in California and is awfully close to the wildfires. So far, her home and family are safe, thankfully. I did let Dana know that if she needs a place to come and hang out and eat some steak, that she is certainly welcome to come here and stay with me for a great carnivore slumber party. We love you, Dana. We're pulling for you, and seriously, our thoughts are with you. Please keep up the good work at Zero Carb Health. Carnivore Trudy Miller shared some photos this week. She is doing fantastic. She has lost 190 pounds. That's right. She started keto and now has been carnivore for quite some time. If you are not following Trudy, please click below, give her a follow. Seriously, she was attacked quite viciously this week verbally on social media by some large groups of anti-meat fanatics. So let's show her some love. Nutrition with Judy's host, Judy Cho, shared a post this week about pork belly. She shared all of its many vitamins and nutrients and minerals, plus the fact that it's absolutely delicious. It even contains vitamin C. So, if you're looking for any excuse, as if we need one, to eat some fatty, delicious, crispy, crunchy pork belly, go check out her post, Nutrition with Judy. Laura Spath posted a video about how to do a reverse sear when you have a very thick piece of meat. Oh, she's good too. She came to my house along with Dr. Lisa Wiedemann and Judy Cho, and they cooked up the thickest steaks we've ever seen. If you would like to learn their methods, swipe up. And that, my friends, concludes this week's episode of the Carnivore Evening News. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday as I remind you to eat the meat, save the human.